Look, yeah, look, see, powered by YouTube.
There you go.
Preparing to share the broadcast link live.
Okay.
Fucking dude.
That's
What
simple.
fucking-
Why don't we use that?
Dude, why isn't this a new phone, man?
The older phones are better.
Let's make the new shit worse.
That's basically what the
Because
model.
they've succeeded in doing that.
Yeah.
Alright, so. We just have to find a place to put this. Put like a pillow or something. Oh, that looks okay, I guess. Okay. And so we will record onto the voice recorder, and then we'll use that video, download it, clip it. Okay, ready?
Well, you can use all this, all different types of stuff. You can use YouTube, upload all these programs. Sling.
Yeah, dude. But here's the thing: you're going through the process that I just went through. These things, you have to buy a piece of hardware that costs $600, and then some of them, like
It's
the
just
one.
like a USB attachment, probably. Just a, like,
Yeah, it's just a little box. It's called a connector card.
Key
Yeah.
card, yeah.
And then the other ones that don't have that, you have to pay for as a program. You have to buy the program. I have the free program, and I just try to connect the camera won't connect with the thing. So if I have the wire that I could connect the camera to that with, then we can use that free software. Because as of now, the only thing we need is the wire to connect it. Okay, so yeah, we're streaming now.
Alright.
Alright, so I'll take my pants off first. Alright, voice recorder. Didn't I just download it? Where the fuck did it go? Dude, imagine in like 20 years. Because the technology now is already starting to get weird and really complicated.
Yeah.
In 20 years, we'll be the old people that are like, fuck that hologram shit.
Remember when you had pictures?
Yeah.
Remember you had to look at them?
No. Alright. So, we'll sync it up with a clap. Well, we just need one. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Alright, do it. Here we go. So we're here live. We're Winner Wolf.
Woof, 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 woof.
I'm Joe. This is Jay.
Hey, hey.
And we're here. This is our first podcast, so we're just feeling things out. We're trying to see how this thing can work out. Might be a few bumps in the road, but we'll work through them. So
Don't complain.
yeah, if you don't like it,
Don't complain.
it'll get better. So start off real quick. Jay, tell me something, man. How long have you been playing the goddamn bass for?
I've been playing bass since I was about 19, 20. So it has to be, yeah, like 10 plus years, 11 years, they're going on 13 years.
It's a lot of years.
Yeah. So off and on though, it's something that like I gravitated towards, you know? Like
Yeah.
I played guitar at first, my uncle gave me a guitar, and I was like, oh, I'm over this 6-string nonsense, and I saw a bass, and I was like, yeah, that's more my speed.
Yeah, man. So guitar was the first instrument you ever played?
Yeah, honestly, other than like recorder in 3rd grade.
Oh yeah, they got.
Yeah,
They do that.
yeah, guitar was my first instrument.
They make you bring in a sock to put it in, a tube sock.
No, they gave us sleeves.
Oh, you got it. Oh, so
you got tube socks.
No, they didn't give us. We had to steal them. They said, take one of your dad's tube socks. Fucking.
Yo,
put
that's
the
messed
thing-
up, bro.
Hey man.
Department of Education fucked up, bro.
Well,
So,
yeah, you got the upgraded sleeve, so I'm glad.
It wasn't much of a sleeve. It was like a plastic cover. The sock would have been better.
sock.
Honestly. Honestly, sock.
A new sock.
Yeah,
not
a new
used
sock would have been way
Yeah.
better.
That's cool stuff, man. So you started playing bass maybe a little over a decade ago, and then your vocals. When does your singing come into play? Did you do that at that time as well?
When we started the band, like I was never singing before this. Never.
Really?
Ever.
What?
I was doing maybe backup vocals, but I was never singing in bands.
Wow. So like 2
And-
years.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, holy
yeah,
shit.
when I met you, I started singing.
Nice.
And because I had to, we didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
we didn't have a choice in my time. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
When we were with Ben in the other band, I remember you were singing there, and I was like, this guy's voice is good. It's a good voice. It sounds good,
Thanks, man.
and he must do this. But now you're saying no. This is the first time you even tried it with at that point.
It's the first time I was just trying it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. So you had some other bands you were in as well, right?
Sure.
And
yeah.
so how many do you think?
It's not count jam bands. It's count bands that was like touring and
Yeah, you
doing
push it
and
out.
making money. Drive Side Impact, which is an emo band from Cleveland.
It's an emo name.
Emo name,
Drive
right?
Side
Drive Side Impact. I wanna die. And, and before that, I was in a band called Dead City Rush. This is a metal band.
Nice.
Yeah, which is cool as well.
It's a cool name, man.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool name too, right?
That's Rush.
Dead City Rush.
Yeah,
What's
that's
about
pretty,
New York?
that's pretty cool, man. So, I mean, also, because you've been living in Harlem for quite some time, your whole life, right?
No, man. I've been between Brooklyn and Harlem.
Okay,
Most of
because
my
you
life,
went
yeah,
to
all
high
my
school
life.
out there.
Yeah, I went to high school in Brooklyn. James Madison.
Hey. And that's where you played football?
Yeah, I played football for them too.
What position?
I was safety. Well, what position I didn't play, except I played everything except quarterback and line.
Really? But
Yeah.
offense?
Offense, yeah, offensive wide receiver, running back, tight end. I was in T position, slot,
Yeah.
anything they put me in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, defense, I was a safety, linebacker, corner.
Did you like it?
I love playing football, man. Too bad I can't play anymore.
Yeah. And that's another thing, because you've had to overcome a lot of physical challenges here, like a lot of health issues.
Oh yeah.
Come a long way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I used to play football too. I mean, like I played defense. It was cool. Not really a physically agile dude, you know. Like so like
Well,
they kept me on the line. Just, you know, moving a line.
Just eat that A gap.
Yeah, right.
That's all you gotta do.
Just run into the guy.
Yeah, just run into him.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, man. So have you been watching a lot of sports lately?
The Olympics, NBA of course, NFL here and there. The Jets suck right now, so
Yeah,
I don't watch them much.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough life being a Jets fan. It's a very rough life.
Yeah.
They give you hope, and then just take it away next year.
It's almost like being a Mets fan, right?
Oh, no, it's worse being a Mets fan, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's way worse being a Mets fan.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, the Giants have seen a decline in recent years as
But
well.
the Giants have been to Super Bowls, though. You know,
Recently,
within the last 5 years, like, come on,
Yeah,
the Super Bowls. Won a Super Bowl, at least.
and it was pretty spectacular
It was
fish.
pretty spectacular. It was an amazing game.
Yeah,
The last one they played was amazing.
especially because of how much you hate Tom Brady. And it's just
I hate
like,
the Patriots.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's mostly because I'm a Jets fan. I really respect Tom Brady,
Yeah.
but I'm a Jets fan, so
Because there's no question he's a physically talented dude.
he's incredibly smart. He's 38 now, like, and still playing professionally at that level. Like, he's still winning and still playing championship football. Not winning, but playing championship football at that age. That's like almost unheard of. That's like John Elway stuff. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Bart Starr stuff. Like,
That's impressive.
yeah.
It just shows you how much of a benefit cheating really is.
No, I don't. I played with deflated before. It does make a difference, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I've seen coaches do it, and
Yeah.
it does make a difference. And especially if you're not used to it, and the quarterback, somebody's throwing it, and this is your first time catching the
Yeah.
ball, you're gonna drop that ball.
That's true, yeah. But it's like I'm just talking shit. Obviously, I don't like the guy, but whatever. But yeah, no denying his talent, so that's interesting.
Yeah, you can't deny his talent. The guy wins. He knows how to win.
Yeah, for sure. So I had a family member or my parents, they moved from New York and they moved to Delaware, which had everyone in my family saying, "What?" Why? And you know,
Are you gonna start a company or something?
it's like, what are you doing? And they moved there because the same reason, like, you know, everything's cheap down there,
Yeah.
taxes, you know,
Yeah.
so you get,
There's low taxes in there.
Yeah. and it's only 2 hours from New York, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
But they moved about an hour away from a NASCAR racetrack.
Track.
Yeah. And so my dad started getting into NASCAR.
Really?
And so, yeah, and like NASCAR is one of those things you think in your head, all right, just a bunch of drunk rednecks
Going in circles.
just going in circles. Oh, the drivers are drunk too, probably, right? Yeah, and like but here's the thing, man, like, there is skill to that. Like
No,
going in a
that's what
circle, like
yeah.
you know, they're driving super close and
Super
like
fast.
really fast,
Yeah.
and like that's the thing. It's like everything's kind of level. You know, when you just there's no skill. I mean, there is skill.
There's
but
positioning. And
yeah, like in a circle, it's all about the driver, because the car
all the cars are tuned to.
are pretty much, you know, and so it really there's a very small margin between
So
who
I
comes
make
in
the driver
first and
super
last.
important. Driver
Yeah.
super important. Yeah.
Absolutely, and then also it's also mostly the experience of being there with like the loud engine and the smell of barbecue and everyone's shit faced and freaking out and screaming. So like,
I've never been to a NASCAR rally, I guess.
oh yeah, it's an interesting experience that
Some told.
you can once you're there you're like, I see,
I see
okay.
that, yeah.
It's like a big
hangout.
yeah, like a big
Because I imagine like you're
Or-
hanging out. If they're going 200 laps, you know, 4 hours.
you're not watching every
yeah, you're not
single
watching
thing.
every
Yeah,
single lap.
yeah,
So you
Some
keep
people-
shit faced and having fun most of
for sure, man. And a
waiting
lot of
for the last
times,
10 laps.
yeah, people just like go off and like they'll leave their seat and just go get drunk or eat or
Yeah.
whatever, and then they come back. But yeah, they have some 24-hour races, which is even crazier,
That is
dude.
crazy.
Because you
That's crazy to drive for 25 because people fall asleep at the wheel all.
yeah, and that's the thing. They switch between 3 drivers, so
Oh, you can take breaks.
yeah,
That's
some of them
okay.
even sleep in the race. They'll retire to the trail or whatever
Yeah.
and sleep for 3-4 hours, come out and get back in the car.
Yeah, okay.
So
I didn't know
it's
there was
an
that.
endurance challenge, really, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
You know? But yeah, it's 24
Yeah,
hours.
you gotta piss and shit. It's gotta
Well,
shit.
that's the thing, man. It's actually easier when you could change drivers, because you'd be like, dude, I'm gonna shit my pants, and then you change drivers.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna pee, and you just pull in, they put new
Yeah.
tires on, whatever. But in a normal like Formula One race, it's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. If you have to pee after the first 30 minutes and you're sitting there fucking 2 hours,
Yeah.
just you know that feeling is
Yeah,
like
it's
super
horrible.
intense.
Oh,
But they
that's all
actually-
you can focus on.
Yeah, right. That they're actually told that they have to pee in their seat.
That makes sense.
That's
Yeah, it makes sense.
you know, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross for the next
But-
guy. You see a pole there, like, come
That-
on, bro, come
yeah,
on, Joe.
right? Like,
come on,
man. Imagine shitting though. It's like what? You're smelling it.
Smelling it.
No. Yeah, no. I don't think no one shits in there, but there's definitely people pee in the seat, man.
That's for sure. Yeah,
So
I can imagine that.
But yeah, so it's pretty gross. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, so a lot of stuff going on. You know, we have the Olympics here, which is cool, and
You been watching it?
I have not been watching.
I love the Olympics. Olympics are dope.
So you're a big fan.
They're dope. Yeah, Olympics are dope.
What is it about the Olympics that you find the most impressive?
The competition of it all, the pure competition. It's just straight up one of the purest competitions you can find, right?
Yeah.
Especially keeping drugs out of it and the structure of it, and nobody's getting paid, right?
Yeah.
So that's important, and it's just for the glory, you know, and that's what sports is about, you know, just the pure competition.
Yeah.
And who's on top? you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, did you see the documentary Icarus, where they were talking about the Russian doping?
Oh, not yet. Not
So that
yet.
was a big deal. you
Yeah,
know?
a huge deal. And
State sponsored and everything.
yeah, it goes across almost all their sports. Almost all of their sports.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that's why that whole drug thing, it's like, you know, they're probably doing it in the off season, like, cause over the course of 4 years.
yeah, you can't get tested every like.
Exactly. You build it up
Yeah.
and then you
And
stop.
then you stop it for the year
Yeah.
before the.
But yeah, it's still impressive even with that. Like, you're still very impressive physical feats of just an extreme level.
Straight up, yeah, straight up. I watched a video comparing Usain Bolt and Jesse Owens the other day.
Oh yeah.
And Jesse Owens, he's still one of the fastest runners in the world.
Still?
Still, well, I mean his time.
Oh, his record.
His
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But he raced on softer surfaces like on ash and dirt surfaces. And today they race on rugs, right? And cleats. They have cleats and rugs.
Yeah.
So it makes them faster.
Wait,
the
so
rug-
they're not racing on fucking like concrete
or
or
clay.
blacktop?
No, they have like specialized mats, running mats.
Whoa, I
And
didn't know that.
yeah, it's specialized cleats and blocks. They didn't have all that back then. Jesse Owens was running.
Ash?
So, yeah,
Whoa.
straight up burnt wood this running surface. So it's super soft.
Yeah,
so
almost like
away,
sand, right?
Yeah, it takes away all. Yeah, exactly. So it takes away all your speed.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
But they compared the two times. So Usain Bolt beat Jesse Owens by like 3-4 seconds.
Yeah.
But you know, if you calculate the running surfaces, Jesse Williams is one stride behind Usain Bolt today,
Okay.
comparatively.
So that's still, I mean, and that's the thing. Usain Bolt.
But one stride, you know.
Yeah, he seems so spectacular.
He is spectacular though.
And there's no denying that. But then hearing that Jesse Owens is only one stride behind him, it's
Mhm.
like that doesn't even sound like that much. You know what I mean?
But it's huge in racing.
But it makes that much of a difference, right?
Huge, yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But back then didn't have starting blocks or the same specialized equipment, you know.
Yeah.
So
So you have to take that into consideration. It's pretty nuts, man. I saw, sometimes on YouTube you kind of find yourself looking at some crazy shit.
oh yeah, that's why I love YouTube.
Getting some
Yeah.
deep rabbit holes,
Yeah. That's
The
why I love
lizard
YouTube.
people and all that
Yeah.
crazy moon landing, is the earth flat. What do you think is the craziest thing you've ever heard of on or seen on a YouTube video?
The lizard people.
The
We're invaded by lizard people. And,
Yeah.
and they're incognito, like, and have our faces.
God.
But they run everything. But what's the point of coming here running everything?
That's what I'm saying,
This
man.
is shitty ass planet, as you see. What do you
so
want to control shit for?
What's going on with the lizard people? Because they'll show like a picture of Hillary Clinton, and in the thumbnail it's like she has reptile eyes or like.
In the documentary, the guy said they're invaders from another planet, just seeking domination. But you don't.
Are they superior like intelligence
Yeah,
and
superior
physical?
intelligently superior intelligence and superior technology apparently.
So
Well,
why would they
how's
have to disguise themselves? If they're
Exactly.
already better.
If I'm superior, like, why am I hiding? You know,
Yeah.
like, why am I hiding? What I got to hide? What am I here for? You know,
Yeah, that's a
to
weird
trick
one.
people, to fucking like, what am I gaining?
That's interesting stuff, man.
I've got to have my face out, like, fuck you, this is my shit. I'm
What do
not
you
doing
think's the
anything.
deal with all the conspiracy stuff? Because you definitely have a fact where now, with YouTube and with maybe some other, like, I guess fake news sites, but I feel like it's mainly YouTube, because if you type in, right, as an example, you type in moon landing hoax, and you're just trying to find out if it's a hoax, you're
It's
gonna
not,
get a,
I don't think it's a hoax.
No.
There's too many people involved.
It's
Too
not
many-
even
too
a
many
matter-
mathematicians.
yeah, regardless of whether it is or it isn't, you're gonna look at a video and it's gonna show you either probably how it would be a hoax, and then the next video that comes up automatically is another video of how it's a fucking hoax.
Right.
And so now you're surrounded with all this
Bubble.
information,
Yeah,
that's
in a
showing
bubble.
that it's a hoax, and
Yeah.
then
There's nothing to counter that really.
Exactly.
That's that YouTube algorithm. They don't show you.
They keep
opposing
showing-
view. Yeah, they show you similar things.
Yeah.
Things. I like to hear counterpoints and.
yeah, I feel like that's why a lot of the people are getting into some crazy shit. With like, you either believe one thing or another, and like you get super.
Right, we're in an age of total disinformation. You don't know who to believe or trust.
Yeah, it's almost like, yeah, I know like the fake news is like a big one, but you
Well-
also have like two realities that
Yeah,
people
definitely.
are
We definitely have like look at the president. The president he's so good at creating a different viewpoint or
Yeah.
a different reality. Like he's so good at that. He's so good at switching what you thought it was to what it could be. Like
yeah, man.
it's so crazy.
And it's also pretty interesting because there's no doubt that he's probably the most hated person on earth, or
yeah, up there. Up there.
at least the most people know about him, that he's widely disliked
Yeah.
on a massive scale.
Yeah, on like a worldwide basis.
Exactly. It's not like a local thing. Like the whole world
Yeah.
gets a lot of people. And there's people that like him too, no doubt.
Absolutely, yeah. I
But
love
the
those
thing
people.
that's interesting is that he's getting so much hate, right? Like as far as like people disliking him. I feel like there's like people that are shielding him from a lot of that. And so he's almost insulated from a lot of his critiques and negative aspects, because he'll get some stuff in and he'll go off on like the crowd size at the inauguration and all
How's
this
that a
shit.
big deal to you? Like,
It's such a
you
weird
just
thing.
became president. Why are you worried about the crowd
Yeah,
size?
they're
Like,
arguing about it.
they know, like,
But it almost goes to how there's like the two different realities. Like he's definitely insulated from just watching one news source. Like when
Yeah.
you watch Fox News every day,
yeah.
you're getting pounded this narrative of what's going on. Like remember they had a video recently about like how the Bronx is like a wars. This is like a recent claim that they're like
Really?
this is from like December.
Have you been to the Bronx lately?
That's what I'm saying, because it's so nice.
Yeah, have you been to the Bronx lately?
Yeah, and they had a video, and the thing was the guy who was doing the narrating in the video had like the way he like phrased things, they like didn't make sense. So you could tell English wasn't his first language, and it got brought out that it was some fucking Russian team of people who made this fake video to try to make people think that things in the world are worse now than they used to be. And
No, things are better than they've ever been.
I feel like that is
Yeah,
universal.
Yeah,
right?
universally, things are better than they've ever been. There's more people on the planet than there's ever been. There's less war than there's ever been. Superpowers aren't fighting each other anymore.
But they're proxy. There's a lot of
But that's better than straight up a world war.
Like World War
Superpowers
I,
fighting
yeah.
each other.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
Even though war is horrible, whatever way you want to frame it,
yeah.
it's terrible. But it's less war than ever now. Because
Yeah.
nobody wants to fight. Everybody, people have nuclear weapons, people have advanced technology. Nobody wants to straight up fight anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's devastating. You can lose everything.
Yeah. The nuclear bomb really is like an ender.
Yeah, it's like endgame. Endgame's over.
And it's not just for you guys, it's for the whole
It's
planet.
everybody's
Wherever
fucked.
I launch it, I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
getting fucked
You're
over.
still getting fucked, yeah. So,
It's an interesting one, but although there are still problems, no doubt,
oh, no doubt.
it's still a lot better overall.
I'm really, positive about the future of humans because, like,
You always persevere, right?
yeah, you always persevere. You always find a way to survive. That's something.
Yeah.
Human beings will survive, and that's our strength, and it's our brain.
Yeah. It's just what we've been good at. Like whenever there's been like a super complicated and big task or big problem,
You figure it out.
yeah,
You figure it out.
you get distracted every now and then. You have like a fucking, Janet Jackson titty
The titty
thing,
out.
and everyone
What's this
goes
wild
down,
titty doing out?
My children are scarred. You have weird shit like that, but along the way we get to the right place
Yeah,
eventually.
I think we're on the right path in general.
That's good. Well, I don't think we're on the path.
I think so.
You
Because
think we're on the right path?
You gotta fuck up, That's
Once
the-
we start addressing climate change, I'll be like, all right, we're on the right path.
Yeah, we haven't really started addressing that yet.
Because that's a big one.
It is a big one. We're gonna have to probably wait like 20 more years to address that. honestly.
Isn't that weird though?
Yeah.
Because there's no one that argues putting your mouth at the exhaust pipe of a car is a
Dangerous.
smart thing to do.
Right.
Everyone's gonna tell you, no, I would never do that.
Yeah, it's hot. You're gonna burn your mouth. There's
Yeah.
fucking toxins
Just
in
the
there.
gas coming in your
Yeah,
lungs
you're gonna
is
die in a week.
poisonous. Yeah. But at the same time, there's no one that is really putting all these super what am I trying to say? Like you'll still have oil companies coming out with like, oh, we've lowered emissions and we've done this and that.
But there's
Like,
more cars in the world than ever.
yeah, there's more
Like,
cars in the world than ever, and there's alternatives to burning oil.
At this
and
point, we
burning
know.
coal
We know.
that have zero. Like you could put your face next to a solar panel, you're not getting any damage. There's zero negative
Skin
effects from
cancer.
that. Putting your face next to a solar panel is much less
Get all that
dangerous.
skin cancer from the sun.
No, but that's not even near as dangerous as like an exhaust pipe,
Yeah, it's
right?
like sucking on it, or sitting in the room, carbon monoxide.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not-
that's no
it.
good. My favorite piece of like bullshit is the clean coal. People say clean coal.
Yeah,
There's
how's
no
that,
such
how's
thing.
that possible? There's no such thing.
It's not possible. That's the thing,
It's
man.
not
You just
possible.
put a word in front of it, and then
Yeah.
it's like it's clean. Ooh,
How
must
do
be
you clean
good.
coal? How do you take the?
There is no way to clean it.
Yeah.
It's just
You
bullshit.
have to. What's the worst part about it is the exhaust that comes off of it. So how do you clean that?
Remember,
Filter it, I guess. Or?
even with filtering, it's still horrible, man.
Yeah.
It's still much worse than even
It's
natural
straight
gas.
Up, it's straight up carbon,
Yeah, and that's soot.
Yeah.
I used to work at a restaurant, and we would have a coal fire grill, and just
Being around it.
around it, dude,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
not-
you
it's
blow
on
your
your
nose
skin, yeah,
after, it's all
yeah,
black,
Yeah.
and that's just a grill. Imagine working in a fucking mine, or
Yeah.
not even in a mine, but when you burn it, it
That's
goes
funny.
up.
I was this crazy thing. I was looking at coal miners' lungs today.
Yeah.
Like pics of them. Like these guys come down with fucking crazy lung diseases.
The black lung.
Yeah, like it literally turns your lungs black and shrivels them. Like
Yeah.
holy shit.
Well, you know the canary in the coal mine. You know what that was about. You have a canary in a cage, and when that bird dies, it's because it's inhaled so many of those particles that its lungs don't work anymore. And that's the signal, like, all right, we gotta get out of here, guys.
Give it a couple days.
That's insane. They're still like, inhaling that shit,
Yeah.
you know?
It comes from on your clothes. It's outside.
Yeah.
You know.
Even though a lot of the drilling can be delegated to like robots and
Machines,
shit, the people who are today going into coal mines, like suited up, they're going to work to clock in, to go in a goddamn coal mine, like those people are real and they're really getting like serious damage.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, it's bizarre that people would try to fight for that, you know?
I mean, you know, you got to fight for your real life. People always fight for the real life.
That's
And there's money to be made. There's money to interest, so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. There's money to be made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck your life. Let's make money.
Yeah, no. Yeah, fuck the free sun energy.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck all that.
get the dirty, killing soot shit in the air or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a big deal. There's a lot of stuff like that. But have you noticed that one thing that's really cool that I've kind of just been noticing is that one thing that's a continuing trend with human history is that no matter what, the economy goes up, down, if there's war, no war, it seems like technology is always getting better.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's nothing that can really stop that. Like, we're all just almost, it's ingrained in us to want like the
To
new
create.
thing,
Yeah,
to
to
create
create,
and
yeah,
like
it's ingrained in us.
invent
Yeah.
and there was a guy, I forget his name.
Find a better way for something, you know, like.
Yeah, and but there was a guy who wrote a book, and he said that like the human race is the sex organs of the machine world, meaning that our purpose, even on an evolutionary level, is to just create an artificial intelligence, and so we're like the natural.
The bridge.
Yeah, like you know how like two people fuck to get a baby.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
in order to get an AI, you make a human.
Right,
Like it's
right.
like the larva, like the caterpillar
you
and the
need-
butterfly. you know?
AI cannot come from, you know, nature.
Yeah, so we gotta think about
create
that.
it.
That's some pretty gnarly shit,
Even the
man.
crazy world, man. Automation's coming too. A big wave for automation. Like,
Automated
people are
what?
gonna lose a lot of jobs. Everything.
Like the trucks and
Everything's gonna be automated. There's gonna be a lot of jobs lost. And I don't know why we're not talking about that. Like,
shit. Yeah.
it's a big deal.
The thing that drives me crazy is you see the people that are doing the research and they put like a video out of like, oh, look what we can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we have a robot that opens a fucking door, or we have fucking robots that do backflips and shit. And there was another one where you can talk or like even type, like say, I hate Jews.
Yeah.
And then you can have a video of Barack Obama and his lips move
Oh, yeah,
and his
yeah.
head, and he'll say, I hate Jews, in his voice and everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, why would you create that? Like that can only be used for negative shit, like, right?
Or fun shit. That sounds like
Yeah.
fun. That sounds fun.
That would be
I
fun.
mean, I wouldn't use it for like, you know, personal gain purposes, but it sounds fun. Like, you know.
Yeah, like there needs to be like an ethical
There
standpoint
needs
to
to
where
be-
people are like, dude, let's.
We're in a new age. It needs to be a new ethic standards for sure. Like, because our old standards are from an old age, from an older age, from
Yeah.
when we didn't have access to, you know, basic, all what we think is basic technology.
Yeah. And then that also kind of goes back to the earlier point where even if you have all the information, it's the information that you're looking at is sometimes not true. Like it's not based on facts.
True. Yeah, and you can make
The
up
earth
stuff.
is
People
flat.
make up, yeah, you can make up stuff all the time.
You know?
People make up stuff all the time
Yeah.
and get believed.
What's one of the crazier things that you believe in? Or that you've maybe believed in, you're like, that's bullshit. Like aliens or Bigfoot, or is it something that like you change your mind on?
I used to think the Illuminati was real.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there's too many different interests involved. Like for a group of people, especially rich motherfuckers,
Yeah.
who like to even join up like that. It's too many. It can't be a large group of people. It has to be like 6 people in a group. Like I don't see that.
What are you
working.
saying? If there's too many people joining it,
There's too many interests. Everybody is gonna have their own interests, what they want to do. Like, and as a group, you have to move as solidarity.
oh, I see.
and
Yeah,
And
they
I
would pull
know,
themselves
I know for a
apart.
fact, people with money don't operate like that. They move for their own interest.
You don't think Jay-Z cut off his nuts or something? Did you hear about that? Like there was like some Illuminati and
If I'm paid, why am I cutting off my nuts to join an organization? Like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm gonna start my own organization, thank you. I'm gonna keep my nuts.
yeah. Like,
I'm gonna
and
keep
what's the
them.
benefit when you join? It only seems like there's only negatives with it, right?
Right? Yeah. Like, what's the benefit?
Yeah.
But you're already part of a global elite when you have that much money. You know, you're already part of a
Yeah.
shell, right?
You're already brushing shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. The people
elbow,
you network with, yeah.
It's like AOL Time Warner. Like those are three separate huge companies.
Yeah.
Like America Online,
Uh-huh.
Time Magazine,
Yeah, and
the Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
and Warner Brothers, yeah.
And now it's like AOL Time Warner Cable. Now they do cable. It's like
No, they sold it now.
oh really?
Somebody else does it, yeah. Because cable's going down.
Oh, it's like Spectrum. or
Yeah,
something?
cable won't be around for another 10 years now. For
You don't
sure.
you don't think cable's gonna be around?
No, for sure. It's gone.
But I mean, they still, even though it may not be TV cable, they have the internet access.
Yeah, internet subscription services are going to be the big thing.
But even just the way to
Still.
get the internet, like just to get connected, like you have.
It's going to be public. That's going to be free utility.
Are you serious, dude? I don't think
see
so,
that,
man.
I see that happen.
Because we have zero choice here. Where I'm at here right now, it's either I have Time Warner or I don't have internet.
Yeah, but
There's no, like,
it's probably
competition.
gonna move into a public utility, like lights and.
But if we're already at the point where they have a goddamn monopoly over it, how are they gonna get to the point where they relinquish that to make it public? Like
Well,
it
they're gonna
seems
get
like there's
paid
a
off.
lot of
They're gonna get
steps
paid off.
between that.
It's money. It's money.
But
gotta
they
get
want to
paid
hold
off.
on to it.
If they get paid enough.
Who would? They would have to be the government. I mean,
Yeah.
they wouldn't
Government
do
pays.
that.
What? Government pays out the ass for everything.
No, I'm saying the government does do that. But if you're Time
Subsidized. They
Warner,
have to be subsidized by the government.
but what would be the interest in that? Because
You get a
they're-
government check,
But-
guaranteed money.
yeah, if you're Time Warner, you want the government to pay you for the thing, no doubt.
Yeah.
But the government wouldn't do that because that would just be them losing money from every angle. Because if Time Warner makes money, the government can tax that, so they get money from that.
Yeah.
But why would they get rid of that income stream and be like, yeah, we don't want taxes from that anymore, and then, oh yeah, we're gonna pay for that now, so that it's free
Because
for
people
you?
demand it.
I don't think
It's-
people demand it enough though.
I think so at this point. Everybody uses it's a public utility at this point.
With net neutrality is a perfect example,
Yeah.
because net neutrality was the laws that were saying that we can keep the internet at free and neutral
Yeah.
speed. You can't, ramp up the
They
speed
already
or
do
turn
that.
it down.
They already do.
They already do that, and they already got rid of the rules that prevented the internet service providers from doing that. And if that's the case, then how can they make the internet a public utility when they already are getting rid of net neutrality rules? It seems like a big leap until we get to that point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe 20 years. But I think eventually everybody uses it. You need it. Like,
Yeah, there's no doubt that we should do it,
Yeah.
but I feel
And
like
other
this
countries are already doing
huge.
it. Yeah.
The Time Warner doesn't want to get rid of having, dude, in one of the largest cities on the planet.
I think they
They're
sold
the
off.
only one that gives you internet is fucking Time Warner,
Yeah.
or whoever owns Time Warner now. But
Well,
think
you
about
got
that.
options. You got cable. You got Verizon. They do.
I can't get Verizon
Oh
here.
yeah, you have to be in the same
Everywhere
area.
I've ever been,
Yeah.
in
Time Warner.
Queens and in Manhattan now, it's always just been Time Warner. I feel like you're a monopoly. Like, why would you give that up? If you're
Because
them.
you get paid though. You're gonna get paid.
But in order to get paid, you're talking about the government paying them, but the government would lose so much money paying them.
But the
It
government's
doesn't even
taking
make
it
sense.
on as a public utility. They're taking it on as a public utility.
Yeah, I hope that happens.
That's the only way it can happen. That's the only way it can happen.
We'll
unless
agree
you
to
know,
disagree
unless
with
you
that.
start a company, a charity organization.
If-
that
well, if-
provides the internet.
Here's the thing, man. If I wanted to make my own, and this is why it's such an issue, because if I wanted to create my own
Network.
internet service
Yeah.
provider, I wouldn't be able to do it because of how large and omnipresent Time Warner is.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that market because I would have to lay my own goddamn wires everywhere, and in
True.
order to get the rights to do that,
Yeah.
I'd have to
you
go through the city
get
council,
permits,
and
yeah,
it just would never
pay
happen.
fees, yeah.
Yeah.
that would-
And in order to do that, it would cost so much goddamn money.
I wonder
I
how
would
much it would
have to
cost
be-
just to provide Wi-Fi for your building, right? I
Yeah.
can see it going down to a smaller scale, people smaller providers breaking up
Yeah.
Time Warner and these smaller providers. You personalize somebody. You pay for internet from somebody in your building who broadcasts. You know.
But in order to do that, I think the way to do it would be to launch satellites.
They're
if
doing
you
it
could-
now. Elon
Yeah.
Musk doing it now.
Exactly. I feel like that would make more sense because the wires and the shit. Because the way you get Wi-Fi, you have a wire coming out of your wall.
Yeah.
It always comes
It's
back
cable.
to that. Screen times out. You know how the screen.
Yeah.
Because it did 35 minutes of it. So just as an update, we ended the audio only, but this is the end of the video portion. So,
Sorry.
yeah.
Technical difficulties.
See you guys later. Bye bye.